Hi, I'm Tiffany from Daisy Farm Crafts, and I thought I'd just start my tutorial today with my face so you can meet me. If I have found that as my crochet account has grown, not everybody is finding my website straight from Instagram, where I feel like that's where my community is. And so hello to you from YouTube if you're seeing me for the first time there, and if you've just come straight from Pinterest over to my website. I feel like I better introduce myself on this video because I just want you to know that my whole intention of starting Daisy Farm Crafts was I'm just a wannabe grandma that started making baby blankets in hopes that my daughter, who's struggling with infertility, would have a baby. And here we are 3 years later, no baby blankets, but no babies, no grandbabies, but a lot of beautiful baby blankets. I'm most known for, I guess, the Gingham, and that's what you're here today. I'm going to show you how to make the double crochet cluster gingham. This is, I've made two versions of it. One is a soft pink color, and the other that this video is going to be for is the peach or mango colored. However, I've already given away that blanket right after I made it, and I didn't think to do a tutorial for it so that I could really make sure you understand how to put that blanket together. So today I'll be using just Caron Simply Soft. But for the mango peach blanket, looks like an orange creamsicle, a lot of people say. That was Hobby Lobby. I love this yarn. And I think the colors were mango, light peach, and white. Okay, so nice to meet you. I'd love for you to follow me at Instagram. That's where my community is. I talk a lot. I like to share as I'm making. So if you are a YouTube follower, hello, thank you for subscribing to my channel. You'll have to forgive me. I'm a beginner at all of this. I just purely love to share my crochet, so I hope I teach you well enough. I'm not a professional by any means. So anyway, okay, I'm gonna turn the camera around, but first. Okay, so here's the Daisy Farm Craft Room, and I am in Arizona. So it's a nice, beautiful, sunny day today. Here's a sample of some of my blankets that I've made, and maybe you've seen them on Pinterest. This is my modern granny. This is a gingham that I did that I can't remember what I called it, purple something. All of these blankets, all of these patterns to these blankets are on my website. So this is the gingham heart one that I've done. A lot of people have done that one. So anyway, so this is just a glimpse of my studio, and so let's get busy and I'll show you how I do it. Okay, I'm starting my sample and I highly suggest you, if you're unfamiliar with doing the gingham technique, that you start right here and do a sample. So I'm doing 25 stitches plus 1, so 26 chains. And I'm working my first row of single crochet into the first 5 spaces. So, and I'm being very careful on this first row to go against kind of the very bottom chain. You kind of go under 2 loops for this first row. Makes the finished blanket look a lot nicer, this first row. A lot of people also use the bumps, and that's fine too, except for, I don't know, with gingham, if I would do that. Okay, here I am. I have made 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my 5th stitch. I'm going to stop right here because I need to bring in my new color. This is what I call the medium color, and now I'm going to alternate with the darker color. And adding color is as simple as just a color change. So you don't complete the stitch. I'm just simply laying the tail over the top of my hook and pulling it through. Now here's the trick. You want to keep the medium color to the back, and you want to keep this one to the front. Tail, get that out of your way. You're carrying this medium color with you. So this first chain row is a little tricky. So here I go, I'm going into that very next stitch and I am working, got to make sure I am working. This is coming along with me, the medium color. So I'm inserting my hook under those 2 loops and I am bringing that extra yarn along with me. So this row will be the most tedious row, I promise. It speeds up after this. Okay, here's my 4th stitch. In the 5th stitch is when we're going to pull through to the new color. So here's how you're going to keep your yarn from twisting. Like I said before, I'm going to keep this dark color to the front. So I'm going to go ahead and put that tail over there. And then I'm going to pull through with the medium color. Now, I'm going to continue. You know, did you see how I brought that darker color across the top? There, I'm still working under those 2 loops and over the yarn I'm not using right now. I'm just bringing it along with me. That's what I keep writing about. Okay? So apologize for how tedious this is. Mainly because I just want to make sure my base row is really neat. I'll show you one more color change and then I will splice. Here we go. 4th. Did 4 complete stitches in the 5th stitch. Now I can just drop the medium color to the back and here's the darker color and pull through. Now I'm careful again to bring the medium color along with me and work under those 2 loops. Okay, I'll work my way to the end and then I'll show you. I'll come back. Chain. This is what I'm talking about, how you want to start and finish each end with the same color. So it'll be pink and end with pink. So 25, 35, the blanket starts with 95. I guess have your chain, no matter what you make it to be, end in 5. That's probably the better answer for you. Okay, now we are going, the next row will be the cluster row. So in order to get up there, I am going to chain 2 and then turn my work. Now I'm going to continue carrying the darker color along with me, and in the 1st stitch from the hook, I'm just going to work a regular double crochet. And this will count as my 1st cluster. The chain 2 and that regular double crochet is my 1st cluster. Now I'll yarn over and go into the next space and I will work my 1st regular cluster. Sorry, need some slack. So I've done half of a double crochet. I yarn over, I put my hook into the very same stitch, pull up a loop, go through just 2, and then complete the stitch by finishing going through all 3. That is a double crochet 2 together cluster stitch. Okay, insert my hook, go through 2, yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, pull through 3. And just completed 4 of them. Now here's my 5th one where we're going to change colors. So I'm going to yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, yarn over, pull up a loop, go through 2, and now this time I will drop the medium color to the back. I will pick up the darker color and pull through. I'll give this just a little bit of a tug, make sure it's working out okay, and bring it right along with me. And here we go, starting again. Yarning over, making my 1st cluster. Sorry, I need more slack. yarning over, making another cluster by pulling through 2. There we go. Hopefully you're getting the hang of this. Every row is just separated by a row of single crochet. So that way your clusters all look the same on either side of the blanket. So there definitely is a front side and a back side to this blanket. And I really liked the look of that. Okay, here I am, the 5th stitch. Hopefully you can see that. Now I'm going to bring this to the front and the dark color to the front. Pull up that medium color that's been coming along with me. Pull that just a little bit. Get that lined up behind the chain, yarn over, and continue working. Now I'll go back to doing my clusters. And I just want to show you how to turn on this. And then I think you're good to go. There's not much else to learn about this blanket. It looks beautiful with a border or without a border. I did put a border on mine, and that is just simply working this cluster stitch into the side of each cluster. So no worries there. And then followed up with a row of single crochet. It's all the same stitch is what I chose to do, but you are free. If you're a true beginner, just go ahead. I would almost, if it looks great, don't do a border, because borders can be tricky and then might ruin the whole look of your blanket. Okay, did you see I'm pulling through this new color? So what else can I say about gingham? Okay, this is another thing about this. I'm only going to be working this pattern. I change colors after I do 2 sets of this stitch. So I do a row of single crochet and cluster, a row of single crochet and cluster, and then we'll be changing color. Now, in order to get the gingham look, the medium color, which for me in this sample is this light pink color, will run throughout the whole blanket. It will alternate with the dark color and the white. That is the color that you will achieve a gingham look if you use light pink in every row. Or not light pink, well, because I know a lot of you you'll want to do your own colors, and that's the trick. Make sure the medium tone that you pick is running in every row. So it's alternating with the dark or alternating. And as for color changes with that, it's no different. Just lay that yarn over your hook and pull through just before you finish a stitch. Same way that I added color here. There's no special trick to that. Here I am in the last stitch. Okay. Little tight down there. Gonna go ahead and do a full cluster. And you might be thinking, wait, how are you gonna? I'm just gonna bring this up. Oh, actually, you do want to do a border for this blanket. I was thinking of a different blanket because you're gonna want to carry this up the side, and it'll show. So you're gonna want to cover it with some single crochet or whatever you decide. Okay, this is a single crochet row, so I am now going to chain 1 and turn. And I will be bringing this up with me, so it kind of goes right there. But when you come back along, it'll get covered up. So just insert your hook under that first stitch and in the yarn that's being carried. And make your single crochet. Same thing, I'm going to keep my light color to the back. So I just drop that to the back, pick up the darker color, continue crocheting over. You got this now, don't you think? You got it. You can make this really pretty gingham. Did you see how I brought this forward before I pull through? Very important. So then that way your yarn won't twist. I think for the first year I made these blankets, I did not know that trick. It took one of my followers to tell me. She was like, well, I'm keeping my yarn to the one to the front and one to the back, and I couldn't wrap my head around it. I had to practice and practice, and then finally it made sense. I was like, oh, I see what she's saying. She's pulling it. You literally have to pull it forward over in order to make it work. So very handy to know. Use that tip in all the gingham. Now, see what I'm saying? Oh, I have to bring it over. There we go. Okay, I think that is probably enough video tutorial. So thank you for just all your love and support. I do hope one day that one of these blankets will be for my little Hannah to have a baby. She's, you know, she's not giving up hope, and we aren't either. And it's been just too much fun anyway to create these blankets and share them on my website. So I have a lot of patterns there. Mainly, if you are seeing this from YouTube, I apologize that this isn't I'm not a YouTuber. I do load them up to YouTube so that I can get them onto my website. It's the only way I've learned how to do it. So have patience with me, and hopefully I will continue to video, and my skills tech-wise will get better and better. And anyway, isn't this so pretty? This is just, oh my gosh, makes me want to make another pink gingham. But what I would do is I will continue with this color for one more set. Like I said, I would just do a row of clusters, and then I would change, and I would change to alternating white and light pink. So then the white goes here and the light pink goes over that one. All right, okay, have a good day. Thank you.